Hello and welcome to my channel. This is a channel where we get to discuss a few things about accounting, and it sure is a page where we make accounting as easy as possible. Now, the first thing to know before we start is that you do not need to be mathematically equipped for you to be able to be an accountant. Secondly, we do understand that every organization does business and has transactions taking place in the business. And that's why it's very important to have an accounting procedure or system to enable the organization to run smoothly. And starting off, we are going to define what accounting is. And accounting is the process of identifying, measuring, and communicating financial information to enable informed decision by the end user. Let me explain this a bit. It's a process, first of all, because it has a beginning and it has an end. But you do have to identify what numbers or what transactions you're dealing with. You do have to measure them. And after you're done, you will have to communicate this information. And this information is the financial information. We are communicating them so that we can enable the various parties who are going to use this information to make decisions that are informed. So the places to underline are identifying, measuring, communicating financial information, and for an informed decision making. Now, what are the objectives of accounting? Why do we have to do the accounting bit, the whole process? The first one, we obtain it from the description, which is for decision making. So that can be your first answer, for decision making by the various parties involved in the end work. The second thing is that when you stipulate this, you're able to know how much you owe, either creditors, the bank, other businesses, what your liabilities are, what your expenses are, because you're going to look at these various books moving forward. The third thing is that you're able to know how much we are owed. What is your revenues and what should we expect to receive at a particular time in the accounting or the transaction period. Now, the fourth thing is to know our business worth, because once you do the stipulation and the calculations, you're able to understand what your business is worth. The fifth thing is that you're able to know how wealthy you are. If you do not have an accounting system, then you're not able to even tell anyone, be it a bank, a creditor, a prospective partner, how much you're worth for them to see if they are able to invest in your business. The sixth thing is that it helps you to determine if the business is making a profit or a loss. And we will see this in the various books to determine whether you're going to continue with your business operations the way they are, you're going to re-strategize, or you're going to borrow money, you're going to invest somewhere else. These are key information. Now, the principles of accounting. The principles of accounting are like, let me say, if someone asked you what were your principles or what are your principles, now just match it to accounting. It also has its own principles. And the first one is integrity. You cannot operate an accounting system without being honest, because it entails a lot of mathematics and a lot of transactions that is going to require you to be as honest as possible. The second thing is professionalism, competence. That means that whatever you learned in school, you have to apply it in the accounting department or finance department. You cannot just simply use formulas that were not taught or are not up to standards with accounting. The third thing is confidentiality. Whatever documents you're handling every single day, you have to ensure that they are secretive and not given to third party unless you're authorized to do that or in a capacity where the organization permits you to do that. The fourth thing is professional behavior. That means that you're not supposed to do things that are contrary to the interest of the business as well. The fifth thing is transparency. Everything you do has to be clear to a point that even when the auditors visit the accounts department or the books, they're able to find things as clear as possible and not manipulated. Now, let's look at who are the users of accounting information. The first user is the manager. These are the people who run the business on a day-to-day basis in every organization. The knowing of the accounting positions or the books position in a company will enable them to know how to manage and make decisions. And as you go back, we had said that it was going to enable them to make informed decisions to the end users, and these are the end users. And the second end user is the owner of the business. Guess what? This person is going to be able to know whether they're making a loss or a profit. They're also going to be able to know their business worth. They're also going to be able to know all these things we had aligned above here. Then we move to the banks. This one is very helpful, especially if you want to acquire loans from a bank. Then the banks are able to look at your books to see if your business is going to be able to pay back the money that they're going to loan them, or if in the first place they're going to loan the organization the money. Then we have the prospective partners. Even you, wherever you are, if you were to partner with someone and you look at their books and see that they're making losses, I really doubt you're going to invest with them. Now, how will you know if they're making losses or profit if you don't have these account details? That's why you do need the accounting information. Then we move to the creditors. They need to look at your books to know if you're going to be able to pay back their money. Moving on to the tax inspectors. This will enable them to calculate your accounts or tax payables. Then finally, we have the investors. This will enable them to see if they can invest in your business. You cannot approach an investor simply with words and tell them that you're going to make them profit out of the money they're going to invest in your business. Look out for the next video where I'll be showing you guys more information about assets, liabilities, and capital. Cheers guys, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Karibuni.